Hello, noble people. My name is Noble, and this is going to be a much different video. This is going to be an in-time rant on the horrible changes YouTube is making. I've already kind of talked about how bad YouTube is with me personally, with my videos not really getting pushed if they don't go to a certain demographic, and I've talked about my struggles with that. And funny enough, the video that I talked about that on, the YouTube short got a lot of traction with it getting a decent amount of views, while as the actual normal YouTube video I made that isn't in the short kind of short form content on a YouTube short. Sorry, this is not scripted. My brain's dying. That only did like 27 views. It's barely anything, and it's insane that that's doing so poorly, and kind of just proves the fact that YouTube isn't wanting to push stuff. And I have found someone on YouTube who has kind of been looking into all the stuff that YouTube is going to do with AI and stuff with your ID. Now, if you want to know my opinion on it, horrible, and that is what I am going to be talking about today. So on this official blog post, this is what they're going to be putting into YouTube coming the 13th of August, and it is the 9th as of recording this. People come to YouTube to learn and be entertained. It is true for even the youngest audiences, and that was why we remain laser focused on making sure they are safe and age appropriate experience. Over 10 years ago, we watched YouTube Kids, and 4 years ago, implemented supervised accounts for preteens and teens. Back in February, we shared that we would soon introduce technology that would distinguish between younger viewers and adults to help provide the best and most age-appropriate experience and protections. Over the next few weeks, we'll begin to roll out machine learning to a small set of users in the US to estimate their age so that teens are not treated as teens, or so that teens are treated as teens and adults as adults. We'll closely monitor this before we roll out more widely. This technology will allow us to infer a user's age and then use that signal regardless of the birthday on the account to deliver an age-appropriate product, experiences, and protections. We use this approach in our other markets for some time where this is working well, and we're now bringing it into the US and make some progress. We'll roll it out into other markets. We will closely monitor the user experience and partner with creators to ensure that the entire ecosystem benefits from this update. Here's how it will work. We'll use AI to interpret the different variables and signals that help us determine whether a user is over or under 18. These signals include the type of videos the user is searching for, the types of categories of videos they have watched, and the longevity of the account. When the system identifies a teen user, we will automatically apply our age-appropriate experiences and protections, including disabling personalized advertising, turning on digital web tooling, adding safeguards to recommendations, including limited repetitive views of some of the content. If that system incorrectly estimates a user to be under 18, they will have to option to verify that they're over 18 as using a credit card or a government ID. We will only allow users who have been inferred or verified as over 18 or to restrict content that may be appropriate for younger users. Our continued work to support kids, teens, and families, YouTube was the first platforms to offer experiences designed specifically for young people, and to be proud of, to be at the forefront of introducing technology that allows us to deliver safety protections while preserving teen privacy. Families trust YouTube to provide a safe and enriching experience, and will continue to invest in this product until their ability to explore safely online. So, what did this tell us? Nothing. Absolutely zero, garbage, nothing. This is just an entire wordly situation to blatantly tell everyone on YouTube, we want your ID. Because here's the case. There is no way, no possible way that the AI is going to be able to interpret what content you watch is considered teen or kid. What? How the hell do you think that's gonna happen? Like seriously, like amazing example. I play Deltarune. I've done doing Pokemon content. Like someone who doesn't really know stuff, like isn't like very advanced into like Pokemon. If someone like Purplecliff, a Pokemon channel, he is definitely for a more mature audience, and he has high like definitely content that is for more older users. So, since his content is Pokemon, is that going to be categorized as like something else? They've been debating this with people who are rightfully wrong on Twitter. And almost every like debate that they try and throw at gets instantly either debunked by the people they're trying to argue with, or the community notes comes back and jabs back telling YouTube that they're a bunch of idiots, because they are. There is no way that an AI is going to accurately be able to tell you what you are watching makes you this age. And I know that because their AI right now doesn't do that. If you've ever been age restricted for no reason, if you've ever had like content stuff put on you for no reason, it's most likely the automated YouTube system thinking something that is not. Sometimes if like the auto captions on a video play, I've had this happen to me a little while ago. If the auto captions on your video and you have those enabled, if it auto captions and thinks you're saying a bad word, it will put something on your video. I had to manually go into my videos and turn off some auto captions on those videos because it thought I was saying a slur when it just misinterpreted what I said because it's an AI. AI is bad. I don't know how much to tell, like AI like this is stupid. And not only is this forcing you to hand over your government ID, they completely overlook the idea YouTube Kids is its own thing. Like, what? The entire excuse of this is to quote unquote protect the children. This is not protecting the children. If you are genuinely worried about kids somehow getting a hold of what is going on YouTube, number one, you need to do this. Stop allowing ads to be and bots to rampage YouTube. That is something that's very easily you could try and go forefront. There are so many like adult bots that try and get you to click spam links. I've had them in my chat or my comments. I've had to delete them. I've seen it so many other times where they're trying to get you to click on your profile picture and go to a website. There's so many AI explicit ads that I've gotten and or seen on my homepage, and this is me having like ad blocker and stuff, so it goes through my ad block. If you want to fix it, do that. But at the same time, if you want to talk about doing stuff for the kids, you have an entire YouTube Kids app. Are you brain dead? So you're doing this for what reason? Because there's going to be teens? How are you going to differentiate a teen from someone who is a young adult? I'm a young adult. As a matter of fact, my birthday is tomorrow and I will turn 20. Is it because that I watch stuff like Minecraft, Pokemon, sometimes I'll go back and watch some like Skylanders content or something? Does that mean that it's going to categorize me as a kid or a teen? Now, I will say, coming from someone who has been monetized on my channel, this for me personally is not actually that big of a deal. For me personally. And that is because they actually already have technically my government ID. I put in my driver's license because they have to have identification to know who I am to get signed up to actually get paid by YouTube. While I technically haven't gotten paid yet, that supposedly I'm getting paid this like at the end of this month, which hopefully that goes through. If that doesn't go through, I'll actually make a video on that because I'll be pretty mad if they don't pay me. But I already have put that in. Now, I'm not going to give them my credit card. I'm not going to do that. I made sure to not do that, and I'm going to try and get my money that they send through me through like a PayPal system. I don't want them to have access to that. They've had so many data leaks that I know if I were to give them any debit banking information, there's something that can go wrong. I've given them other information, but information that I've double checked because I almost opted out of being monetized from YouTube because I was worried there was going to be something that could possibly leak information, and I don't want that to happen. I double checked stuff and made sure it was secure before I gave them stuff. But for a normal person, what does this mean? And also, the fact that the biggest one is that, well, where is it? YouTube, government ID. It was something, yeah, longevity of the account. So they apparently are going to look at the longevity of the count, but then they're also going to completely ignore the birthday included on, yeah, well, a signal regardless of the birthday of the account. Now, I get if you sometimes kids and teens can put their birthday higher up. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. But if you meet, but if this means that the account birthday is wrong, and then you also put, it's so stupid. And I know this is just a video on me rambling about this, but this is something we can just stand around. I will say for me, I don't think it's going to be this much of an issue because here's the newsflash. If they tell me that I have to put my ID in for that, I genuinely might stop doing stuff. Now, like I said, I already have my information in, which is is even more to a spit in the face if that makes sense. With you guys aren't going to, like most normal people aren't going to have given YouTube anything except like their Google stuff, like sign into Google and you sign into YouTube. But with me, I've already given them my information. So if they have to ask for my information again, that means something is going wrong and their AI cannot determine that I've already given them stuff. And I'm not going to give them more. Like, that's what, if you don't know how this started, it started with a group trying to turn and make and take off bad games off of Steam and stuff, and it turned into them trying to control MasterCard, and then it's divulged into the government, YouTube, everything, wanting to try and put restrictions on that to protect the quote-unquote kids. Newsflash, if you're trying to protect the kids, then you're doing the parents' job for them. I'll say this. I do hate anytime I hear some old people saying like, "Oh, well, the kids this generation are gonna be so bad." They're not gonna be so bad because you never give them a chance. But the fact of it is that they also still need to have parents. Doing the parent's job for them is not good. If a parent can't control what their kid is doing, that parent shouldn't have the child. Sorry, not sorry. But if your like child is like 5 or something and they're looking up like true crime videos, you need to get that checked out because there's so much stuff going on with that. Like I've seen there's even more stuff here. If you are a good parent, a great example, my aunt, she has kids obviously, but she also watches her own YouTube videos on her phone and with connected to account. Is her playing like Coca Melons type stuff for my cousin, my baby cousin, going to be flagged as her phone her account being a kid or a teen? Is that what's going to be flagged? How are you going to be able to differentiate that account from being old or young? Because it's going from whatever content she normally consumes to like literally stuff made for like a kid, like an actual baby stuff. That's what, like, I don't know how in your right mind you think this is going to end up good. And as someone who is a YouTuber and has a quote unquote YouTuber, I guess, someone who makes content, I feel like I needed to talk about this. I don't really have any other platform. I have no other YouTubers who have talked about this on like their Instagram, their like TikTok, their what's it called, or Twitter, obviously. My brain died for a second. Like, I've heard a bunch of people talk about, that's how I learned about this stuff. But obviously I don't want to have anything else than YouTube. Like, even the Twitter account I have, I follow like only a handful of people, and that's just because I enjoy their content. So I know this video was me ranting. It probably won't do well considering the last video I did when YouTube didn't do well. And if this video gets silenced, I'll do another follow-up video. Yeah, but that's going to be about it for this video. I know it's a little over the place. Stay noble. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.